Yo, what's going on, guys? Today, we got some Scream 6 theories to talk about today. We got some information that came out with Scream 6 lately, actually. And, we got some character names for some of the newer characters in Scream 6 revealed. Um, and I just wanted to theorize on some stuff as well in general, with the whole Scream 6 trailer releasing like a whole week ago now. Um, I did my trailer breakdown video for Scream 6 and I gave some theories, but ever since then I haven't made another Scream 6 video because I've been busy and that's why I haven't had time to give more theories with the Scream 6 trailer and just on the movie in general. I haven't had time to make a lot of theory videos and whatnot. But I've been seeing a lot of other YouTubers that I watch make a whole bunch of theory videos. And now that I have time to make a video, I'm gonna go ahead and do it, you know? So it's gonna be an interesting video and a fun one today. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And yeah, we're gonna dive right into it. So basically, um, we got this character name list for Scream 6 right here. This was like made like a few days ago, I think. Um, like probably like 2 days ago, I had saw this. It has the whole character names for Scream 6. Of course, we have Sam Carpenter, Tara Carpenter, Gail Weathers, Kirby Reed, Chad Meeks Martin, Mindy Meeks Martin. The we already know their names, we know their characters. But for the newer characters, for Dermot Mulroney, his name will be Detective Bailey. For Josh Segarra, his name is Danny Brackett. For Jack Champion, his name is Ethan Landry. And for Liana Liberato, her name is Quinn Bailey. For Devon Dakota, her name is Annika. For Henry Zerny, his name is Dr. Christopher Stone. For Samara Weaving, her name is Laura. And Tony Revolori, Jason Carvey. And then, of course, Ghostface Roger L. Jackson. And then it says here, secret cameo with a question mark. We don't know what that is about, but I have some theories about that. But we'll get into that in a little bit. But um, some of these character names for the newer characters for Scream 6 is pretty interesting. Like, Dermot Mulroney being Detective Bailey and Liana Liberato being Quinn Bailey. They both had the same last name, so you could kind of put that connection there that they're most likely father, daughter, they're related. So, I mean, you can put that connection easily there, that there's gonna be some family tie-ins between them. Josh Segarra, his name is Danny Brackett. His last name is Brackett, which could be an homage to Halloween with Annie Brackett and also Sheriff Brackett. Um, on the original Halloween and then Halloween Kills, with Sheriff Brackett coming back in that movie. It could be, that could be an homage to that with Josh Segarra's name being Danny Brackett. So that's cool. Um, but yeah, Jack Champion being Ethan Landry, Devon Dakota being Annika, and then Samara Weaving being Laura or Lara, which I'm pretty sure was Sydney's fake name in Scream 3. Because if you remember in Scream 3, Sydney actually called herself Laura in that movie. Um, like whenever she was working at that, like whenever she was like doing the phone calls for like the therapy stuff, in Scream 3, like she had her code name be Laura. So it's interesting that Samara Weaving has that as her name for this movie. And Tony Revolori is, of course, like I said, Jason Carvey, which could be an homage to Jason Voorhees. So that's cool. But there's some interesting theories that I want to dive into here, specifically with certain characters. Um, because, I feel like there's some interesting stuff here. Henry Czerny is, like I said, Dr. Christopher Stone. Um, but there's a lot to theorize because I feel like the fact that Dermot Mulroney is Detective Bailey, and of course Liana Liberato is Quinn Bailey, so there's going to be some family tie-ins with them. And Dermot Mulroney, if you guys remember a few months ago, and I'm pretty sure he got in trouble for this, but Dermot Mulroney had said that Dermot Mulroney was like, oh, in an interview he said, oh, I in Scream Six I have a daughter, and she gets like um something happens to her, like she gets attacked, and that's how I end up being brought into the film. That's how my character ends up being connected to the story in Scream Six and whatnot. And we know he's a cop as well. So, so now we know that they're both, father, daughter. So I feel like there's either two options here with some of the things. Because my first option here that I'm pitching is that, Leon Liberato will most likely die in the film, right? Most likely, Leon Liberato will get killed off and whatnot. And, she's going to die. And then I don't know if Leona Liberato will die in the opening scene because I think Samara Weaving and another character that we see in the trailer. It's in the Red Band trailer, I'm pretty sure. I don't even remember. But a certain character as well, we see get killed off. And I think he's also dying in the opening scene. I don't know if I want to mention it though, just because I don't know if a lot of other fans know about this yet. So just in case, I don't want to like spoil anything, because it was removed from the official trailer. So I don't want to like really say it, but I think Samara Weaving and another character will die in Scream Six for the opening scene. Samara Weaving, obviously, of course, because we see her in the alleyway in the trailer, and then we see another picture with Ghostface that had released earlier, like a couple of weeks ago, with Ghostface in an alleyway, standing near an alleyway. And then with Samara Weaving obviously being in the alleyway in the trailer for Scream 6, I mean, you could only assume that Samara Weaving's going to be part of the opening scene kill. So, yeah, I think Samara Weaving and another, character who I won't name just in case, um, like I said, that a lot of other fans who haven't seen it yet because it was removed from the official trailer, and I don't want to, spoil stuff just in case. But I think two characters for sure are dying in the opening scene. I did pitch the idea in my Scream 6 breakdown trailer video where I was giving theories and breaking the trailer down. I did pitch the theory of like Gail also being part of the opening scene, but as Samara Weaving and another character are being killed off, Gail she's in her own apartment being stalked by another killer at her apartment. So that's also part of the opening scene, but it's with another killer targeting Gail, while another killer is killing off Samara Weaving in the alleyway. And as Gail was in the alleyway, I mean, as Gail was in her apartment, um, she possibly ends up killing one of the killers. Shooting them and whatnot. They unmasked them, revealed them, and whatnot. That is possible. Um, so I think that's definitely possible, but who knows? But either way, with that though, as that's happening, I like that. I think that's definitely possible. But with Liana Liberato, as I was trying to get into, Liana Liberato, we know that now that she's gonna be Dermot Mulroney's daughter. So I don't think she's getting killed off in the opening scene. However, I do think at some point she possibly will get killed off, mainly just because of the fact that it is a trailer, of course, so we don't know for sure. I mean, this is the only shot that we see Leona Liberato in the trailer. Um, so this is like, we don't really know for sure if, because I don't think this is the opening scene. However, I do think that, at some point, like maybe in the middle of the film, Leon Liberato will get killed off. Dermot Mulroney will find out about it, and since he's a cop, he's gonna be, angry about it and want to go investigate and hunt down this killer. Oh shoot, my bad, guys. My AirPods died. Um, but yeah, like I said, since he's a cop, and he finds out his daughter died, of course he would want to go after, the killer because he's angry. He wants to investigate and track this killer down. So his daughter dying will be kind of like, motivation for him. But also, what if that's not the case though? What if his daughter dying ends up leading to him wanting to kill off, the newer characters and like Sam and Tara as well, because he, blames them for his daughter's death and whatnot. He probably feels like it's their fault. Maybe he wasn't like, maybe because, you know, what whether like let's put it this way, if she dies in the opening scene, if she is part of the opening scene, which I don't think so, but let's just say she probably is, like let's just say she is part of the opening scene, then you could say, oh, Dermot Mulroney, if he was a killer from the beginning, then he would have already, been seeking revenge and whatnot for his daughter's death. But if his daughter dies in the middle of the film, maybe he was a good guy and trying to like help out at first. But then once during like the middle act of the film, his daughter dies, and then that's when he becomes a Ghostface killer, trying to seek out revenge. That's possible, like that's definitely possible. So like I think that's possible, like good guy turns evil during the middle act of the film. That's definitely possible. But what's also possible is the fact that maybe that's not the case. Maybe because I know a lot of us fans are probably assuming that's going to be the case. But what if that's also not the case as well? What if Dermot Mulroney and Liana Liberato, Dermot Mulroney, he's a cop, and Liana Liberato, is his daughter. So what if they're actually a father-daughter killer duo working together? Bro, I feel like that would just be that would be so cool. And I would be down for it. I think that would be cool if they were a father-daughter duo, and the fact that Dermot Mulroney would be a cop, he's a detective, Detective Bailey. I mean, it would just be cool to, because he could, train Liana Liberato the skills and, how to fight and defend yourself and how to use weapons and all that stuff. How to kill, as, sinister as that sounds, but, he could be teaching his daughter all this stuff. And, Dermot Mulroney and Liana Liberato could end up being a father-daughter killer duo working together. That would just be so cool, honestly. Like, I think that would be cool. And I think it could work. I honestly do think it could work. Like, let me know what you guys think, though. I mean, I think that would just be cool and awesome. But yeah, man, I think that's definitely possible as well. Because I know a lot of us are probably just assuming, like, yeah, like, since she's Dermot Mulroney's daughter, if, Quinn Bailey, if she's gonna, if, and, she's related to Dermot Mulroney's character, Detective Bailey, their father and daughter, well, yeah, she's gonna die then, and then he's gonna be seeking revenge for his daughter. Like, a lot of us are probably assuming that, but what if that's not the case, though? What if they're actually working together as killers? You know, that's definitely possible. And like that, it would be something new as well because, first of all, we've never had a cop be a killer, and we never had a father-daughter duo or like a father-son duo or even like just a parent duo, like a parent and their child working together type team partnership ever happen in these movies. Like that's never happened either. So like in my opinion, that would just be cool. And oh shoot, hold on. My bad, guys. I was just trying to charge my AirPods. I don't even know what happened there. Um, but yeah, I think that's definitely possible for that to happen. And yeah, like I think that's possible. But I also think that Henry Czerny could also be a killer as well. Maybe he's not even working with Dermot Mulroney and Liana Liberato. Like maybe he's not even working with their characters. Maybe he has his own motive, his own mission, his own thing going on, and he's just planning everything out. Because I did assume and think that when it comes to the whole shrine stuff that we saw in the Scream 6 trailer, with the whole Ghostface costumes being laid out in that abandoned museum slash theater place. I assumed that, which I still think it's possible, but I was thinking like, what if Dermot Mulroney, since he's a cop, he could have kept all that shrine Ghostface costume stuff and all the replica stuff of the past victims, outfits, and well, I mean those, I feel like those would be replicas, like the whole Tatum shirt and the Billy shirt and the Stu shirt as well. I mean, I feel like that would have to be replicas, but in terms of the Ghostface costumes being in that museum, I think those are the actual costumes of the killers, you know. But since Dermot Mulroney is a cop, he could have kept all that stuff there, for evidence, and no, who would have questioned that really? I mean, he's since he's a cop, he has his ins and outs. He knows how to outsmart everyone around him. So he's over here doing sneaky stuff behind the scenes as a cop, and he basically planned to, and everything there, put all that stuff there, has he's kind of like the mastermind of all this, all these the killings and whatnot that are happening in Scream 6. And I think there's definitely more than two killers as well. So in Scream 6, I'm honestly thinking that there's at least 3, 4, or 5 killers. I don't think there's any more than that. But I definitely think we're getting at least 3 or 4 and maybe 5. Like, I feel like that's what we're getting. But Henry Czerny, though, I think he could be a mastermind as well. I think he could be a mastermind as well because we first of all, we didn't even see Henry Czerny in the Scream 6 trailer. We didn't see him at all. We did not see him at all in that trailer. Where was he at? I mean, we know that since he's Sam's therapist in Scream 6, and his character name is going to be Dr. Christopher Stone, which just sounds kind of like a evil villain name for some reason to me. It just sounds like some villain who's like he's like planning his his evil plan and whatnot, and he's like going by his name, Dr. Christopher Stone, and I'm gonna destroy the city or something like that. That it just sounds like that kind of name. We're just like he's like a villain, giving his monologue, talking about his evil plans. But yeah, I think since Henry Czerny is Sam's therapist, his character could be possibly manipulating Sam. Maybe he's just we would assume that since he's a therapist, like, oh yeah, like a lot of us would assume like, yeah, he's innocent, he's just trying to help Sam get through her trauma and whatnot, trying to help her out, and I'm pretty sure who Sam was talking to in that scene where she's talking about, where she's in her white dressed outfit and she's just sitting there on the couch talking about that scene in the Scream 6 trailer, where she's talking about, there's this darkness inside of me,
and she's like talking, but we don't see who she's talking to. I'm pretty sure that she's talking to Henry Zerny, and she's in his therapist, in his therapy office, his in his room, and that in his workplace, and they're talking to each other, and but we don't actually see him. Like I said, we don't actually see Henry Zerny, and he could be the one pulling the strings here. Maybe he's the mastermind. Maybe it's not Dermot Mularoney. I mean, it would make sense though. Like I said, since Dermot Mularoney is a cop, but it could be Henry Zerny as well, who's a killer. If not, if Henry Zerny isn't a mastermind, he could still be a killer though. I mean, the fact that he's a therapist for for Sam, like, I mean, I feel like a lot of us would just assume like, yeah, he's innocent, but I feel like he's I don't know. I'm thinking he still could be a killer. Like, I don't think that matters. He could this all could be his little scheme and tactic to make himself look like a good guy, trying to talk to Sam and make himself look like a good guy, and he's just some innocent, you know just innocent guy trying to help out someone through their trauma. That's how we view him at first, but he ends up being a killer. He ends up being a killer, and I don't know what his motive would be exactly. Because I feel like that would be probably a separate video, for what the motive I think could be for Scream 6, for whoever the killers will be. Because I honestly, when it comes to who I think the Ghostface killers are in Scream 6, I honestly don't know. Like, I couldn't tell you for sure 100% who the killers could be, or how many killers there'll be either. Like, I don't know. None of us really know. I mean, a lot of us fans don't really know. Like, who's to say? I mean, like, we'll just have to see until the movie comes out. This is all speculation and theories, but I mean, who's to say that, there's possibly like 4 killers in Scream 6, and, they're all just like, and, maybe it's freaking Devon Nakota and Jack Champion and, freaking Liana Liberato and I don't know, like Henry Zerny. Like, what if they're the killers? I mean, there's multiple ways they can go about this for Scream 6. Like, when it comes to giving theories of who the killers could be and how many killers there'll be, I mean, we don't know, man. But it's interesting to speculate and theorize about, though, isn't it? It definitely is. But yeah, like I said, Henry Zerny, he could definitely be pulling the strings here. He's a therapist for Sam, but that does not matter. That does not mean anything. I think he's suspicious. He's on my suspicious list. Do I think he's working with Liana Liberato and Dermot Mularoney? Possibly not. Maybe, maybe he's, like, let's just say there's 3 killers. Yeah, Dermot Mularoney, Liana Liberato, they're the tag team father-daughter killer duo. And then Henry Zerny's by himself. He's a 3rd killer working solo, and he has his own plan, just manipulating Sam and whatnot. And, he's just, he has his own mission, and that's basically what it is. Or, for some reason, I theorized this too. What if Jack Champion, who is Ethan, who's his character's name is Ethan. What if Jack Champion, his character, what if, he's a killer as well? Because, I mean, he looks innocent too, he looks like an innocent guy who, and we know his character is most likely he's going to be portrayed as this, like, shy, innocent character, who doesn't really talk a lot. But that does, he may look innocent, he may act innocent, but, Ethan, played by Jack Champion, I think he definitely could still be a killer. And, I think this is also possible. I think this is also possible as well, is that we have Dermot Mularoney, Liana Liberato working together as killers. and then Ethan and Henry Czerny working together as killers. So it's like a two. It's four killers in total for Scream Six, but there's two in each. They're not all working together. It's just like a two tag team partner type thing. You got two killers working together, and then you got the other two killers working together. That's definitely possible, and maybe you know, and like because I don't know for sure, but I think possibly that Tara's character will be dating Jack Champion's character Ethan. I don't know for sure, but I think she might be dating him. Possibly. I don't know. Whether that's true or not, though, I think that with Ethan's character played by Jack Champion, there could be something going on with his character. Like, what if, you know, they're trying to, portray him as like this innocent character, but he's actually not. Maybe Henry Czerny's like just like using him, just to like be part of the friend group to get more information and, let, Henry Czerny know where they're at all times. And, maybe Henry, he's like basically like the while Henry Czerny is like the mastermind, Jack Champion is, yeah, like the mastermind of his killer duo. But, Ethan's character played by, Jack Champion, he's possibly just like, a lapdog or, just someone who is there to, just basically make sure the plan goes well. But, Henry Czerny's actually the one pulling the strings here, and he's the one planning out everything. Jack Champion is just there to make sure the plan goes well. But Henry Czerny's doing all the heavy lifting and killing and all that stuff. I think that that's definitely possible. But and then Dermot Mulroney and Liana Liberato could be working together as a father-daughter duo, like I said. And Dermot Mulroney would be the ones. He would be the one doing the heavy lifting and the planning and stuff, while Liana Liberato is just stalling and in the friend group and whatnot. And Dermot Mulroney, since he's a cop, he could easily be doing the heavy lifting. He could be the one wearing that old age worn out mask, and over here doing all that heavy work. He's a cop. He's trained. He knows how to fight. He knows how to use weapons and all that stuff. Yeah, that could be him, bro. I'm telling you. So I don't know. When it comes, like I said, when it comes to who the killers are and how many killers there'll be in Scream 6, who knows? But who knows, bro? But it's fun to theorize. But yeah, I think if my theories are correct, or if they're not correct, whatever, I don't know. I don't know. I theorize 5 killers, but I don't know. I feel like that might not happen. And I know a lot of fans are saying that the whole shrine thing is leading to a cult, because that's usually what something like that would mean, or would lead to, or would hint at. But with the word shrine. But honestly, I don't think we're getting that like a whole cult or whatnot, like how a lot of fans are thinking. I don't think that there's gonna be like 9 killers running around, in this movie, just like over here killing and whatnot, like in a whole cult. Like I don't think that that's gonna be the case. So I think the most like there's gonna be a small group of killers, whether if they're working together or not. I think that there's gonna be a small group of killers for Scream 6. And I think that's most likely gonna be the case. There's gonna be a small group of killers for Scream 6, and that's what's gonna happen. But the thing is that there's most likely, like I said, I don't think there's going to be a whole cult, but I do think that there's at least the most killers I think that there will be in Scream 6 is at least like 4 or 5 killers. And maybe, they don't all get revealed in Scream 6, At least like 3 or 4 or 5 killers the most will be like the limit for Scream 6 with how many killers. And like I said, maybe all of them don't get revealed. And it leads into Scream 7, who knows? But kind of like ending off on a cliffhanger. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot to theorize about, man. Like I couldn't even, tell you guys what I couldn't solidify any, theories of who I think the killers are, because there's just so much to theorize about. Because I'm even thinking Josh Agar could be the killer. He's possibly the killer too. And maybe there's 5 killers, and he's also part of. Maybe it's Dermot Mularoney, Liana Liberato, Henry Zerny, Jack Champion, and Josh Agar. Maybe there's 5 killers. Maybe it's maybe Mindy's a killer and she's a returning, character, and she's the killer. I mean, I don't think that'll happen. I don't think Kirby will be a killer either. However, I'm not fully against the idea, which I might make a separate video on. But I'm not fully against Kirby being a killer, or even Mindy being a killer, or, whatever. But or Tara either. But as long, I feel like if they execute, their characters possibly being a killer, I think it could work. Honestly, for me at least. I know a lot of fans are like, oh yeah, if you make Kirby a killer, that'll be the most, dumbest idea ever. I don't think so. I mean, I've seen, a lot of theories and, like interesting theories. And, from some of these theories I've heard, I honestly think that if they execute, like maybe Kirby being a killer, if they execute that properly and make it work, then I wouldn't have a problem with it, honestly. I'm not saying it will happen, and I'm not saying I want it to happen, but I'm just saying if they were to go that route and making Kirby a killer, I think it could work. And if they execute it properly. I mean, I saw Killjoy Jake's video on, Kirby being a killer for Scream 6, like if she was to be a killer, and him giving his theories on that. So yeah, if they execute that properly, I think that could work. But I'm not saying it will happen though. Like I said, even a lot of fans I talked about this in my last video with the, breaking down the trailer and giving theories and whatnot. And that video, I talked about how a lot of fans were theorizing Tara being a killer because of how, her face was looking all sinister, in that one scene in the trailer where she's like falling. And a lot of fans were like theorizing, like, oh yeah, like what if this means that she was a mastermind this whole time? Or, like maybe she's not a killer, but she's like a mastermind and she just wants to get revenge on Sam and whatnot. I don't know. I mean, if they execute that properly, I think that could work too. I'm not saying it will happen, like I said, but I'm just saying if they execute that properly, I think that could work as well. But I don't know. I don't think Tara or Kirby will be actually a killer, but I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if my predictions right now for who I think the killers would be for Scream 6, like I definitely think, if anything, for sure, I think Dermot Mularoney is a killer, and Henry Zerny as well. Like Liana Liberato, and Jack Champion, and Josh Agara. I guess, I mean, you those are up in the air. Like we don't. I mean, for me at least, those are up in the air. Like I don't know for sure, but Dermot Mularoney and Henry Zerny, I think them two, I feel like for sure are most likely going to be the killers in Scream 6. If anything, like I feel like they're going to be the killers for sure in Scream 6, in my opinion. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think though. And give your theories and thoughts and whatnot in the comments down below. I'm gonna be making more theories tomorrow, and on Sunday this weekend I'm gonna be dropping theory videos, more theory videos on Scream 6 with the trailer and just theories in general. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be making more videos like this. I haven't had time to make a lot of these type of theory videos, but I finally got time today, and you know, what's it called? I kind of wanted to talk about this real quick though, because right here it says secret cameo, and it has a question mark. But a few months ago we got this picture with Heather Langenkamp with the Radio Silence crew, and she was, Heather Langenkamp, she was there with the Radio Silence team, cutting a Ghostface cake, celebrating Scream and whatnot. And Kevin Williamson was there too, and Heather Langenkamp was with the crew at that time. And I'm pretty sure her husband is like part of that the part of the studio that Scream 6 is a part of. I'm pretty sure that they're working with. I don't know, something like that. That's what I heard. I don't know for sure like the exact details or anything, but I heard something like that. But the secret cameo for Scream 6 that is, that it says right here, secret cameo that is supposedly appearing in Scream 6, that could be Heather Langenkamp from, of course, the iconic franchise Nightmare on Elm Street. That could be, she could be possibly a secret cameo in Scream 6. That could be her. I feel like that would be cool. Because I mean, I saw a lot of fans saying that it's Billy Loomis. Billy's gonna be, the secret cameo with Skeet Ulrich returning in Scream 6. I don't think so. Because that, I mean, it was a secret cameo, of course, in Scream 5, because a lot of us didn't expect for him to, just pop up in Scream 5 when he like showed up. But in Scream 6, I mean, if he were to pop up, I don't know if you can consider that a secret cameo anymore. Because I mean, at this point, we already know that he had a cameo. Billy had a cameo in the last movie, pretty much. So it's not really a secret cameo for this movie if he appears. Because he already appeared in the last one. So I don't think this secret cameo, is with Skeet Ulrich playing Billy, returning as as the hallucinations for Sam, which I'm pretty sure she most likely is hallucinating about Billy still, Sam, which, like I said, I'm gonna get more into theories about stuff like that, and a whole bunch of other stuff this past weekend. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Sam is still hallucinating Billy, but like I said, I don't think Skeet Ulrich playing Billy, Billy Loomis, is the secret cameo for Scream 6. I think it's possibly Heather Langenkamp, who, like I said, played Nancy in Nightmare on Elm Street, that iconic final girl Nancy. I think she's possibly that secret cameo in Scream 6. I'm not saying for sure, but it's definitely something to think about. And I feel like if she is a secret cameo in Scream 6, I don't think it's going to be, like, I mean, it's a cameo, so I don't think it's anything significant to the movie. But it would be cool to just see her in the movie in general, though. I don't, I just think it would be cool and whatnot. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think, though, about all this news and information. Like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And for those of you who haven't seen my last Friday the 13th video, before I go real quick, my Friday the 13th reboot movie video that I made yesterday about that whole news that came out about a possible reboot movie for the Friday the 13th franchise that is coming out. If any of you who are watching this haven't seen that video, go watch it. Because I don't think that video really did that well in terms of the views. Like, I don't think that, I don't know, because I feel like, yeah, like a lot of y'all, or at least those who didn't see it. I mean, who are, a lot of those who are subscribed to me. I mean, a lot of y'all didn't watch it. So if you didn't see the Friday the 13th video I made like 2 days ago, go watch it. And yeah, like I said, like and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.